everyone. Welcome to the Double A Show. My name is Alysanne, and joining Amanda and I in the studio today are members of the Northwest University volleyball team, Sydney Schlecht and Maddie Jo Johnson. They recently traveled all the way to Central America to serve the people of Nicaragua and play volleyball while doing the Lord's work. Amanda is going to be asking them some questions about the recent trip.
Hey Al, thanks. Yeah, so Sid and Maddie Jo, thanks for joining us.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're welcome. So we just kind of wanted to ask you guys a couple of questions to give our viewers some insight into what you guys experienced across the world in Central America. So my first question for you guys is, have you guys ever traveled outside of the U.S. before? And if you have not, what was like the biggest difference that you guys saw from America to Managua, or from the place that you guys experienced before? What was the biggest difference for you guys?
Well, for me, I have traveled before on another mission trip last year with a team from Northwest, and we went to Bolivia, and so it was pretty similar to Nicaragua. I think the main difference was that the main city, well, in Bolivia, I was in a main city, which kind of hid the poverty a little bit more until you got on the outskirts of town, whereas in Nicaragua, it's a lot more obvious. And so, yeah, I think that was the main difference for me between the countries I've been to.
Yeah, wow.
For me, I've been to Greece and Italy, and that was a really fun trip, but Nicaragua was new because it was a very tropical destination, and so I had to get used to the weather and the humidity. Other than that, I would say that like their economy was actually pretty similar to that of Greece or Italy, and so I was somewhat used to that, but at the same time it still is eye-opening coming from America.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that must have been a crazy difference. Another question we wanted to ask you guys was along the lines of how you guys were doing your mission work as well as playing volleyball at the same time. So I know there were times when you guys were, helping people in little towns, so you were doing more mission work, and then other times you were playing against the national team. But you guys kind of mixed those together at one point, and you guys participated in a sitting volleyball match. So can you guys kind of explain what a sitting volleyball match is and kind of how that affected your time there?
Yes, of course. It was a blast, first of all, but basically sitting volleyball is made for those who can't walk, and so they're paralyzed from the waist down, or they don't even have legs, and so you sit on your behind, and the volleyball court is narrower and shorter. The same rules apply, but you just get to sit, and
Is it true that you have to have one butt cheek on the ground when you contact the ball?
That is very true, yes.
And actually, that's harder than you would think, especially when you do have legs. I always wanted to get up and hit, and then I was like, wait, I can't do that.
Yes.
But.
Then did you guys play with locals, or did you just play with each other?
We got to play with local disabled people, and that was so humbling just to be able to play volleyball and use something that we've grown up playing to serve another person. And it was just a blast, slapping high fives and smiling with them. And even though we didn't have the same language as them, that barrier just was down when you play the same sport together.
Yeah, that's
It was just really a great time and just learned a lot being able to play with them.
That's incredible. I wish I could be there with you guys. So thanks for sharing about that. And we just have one more question for you guys. And we kind of want to know how the Northwest volleyball team grew spiritually in this experience as a whole. So I know that's a huge part of your guys' relationships. You guys are a very, Christ-centered team. So how did you guys grow spiritually, kind of take that next level as a team together?
Well, for starters, before we did any of the serving or just began our day, we always did a devotional together just to get our heart right. And then I thought that we just really grew through serving and serving each other as well as the people there. And whether it's just giving one of the local teachers a break or just playing with the kids, it was just awesome to show them Christ through our actions.
It's cool.
Yes, and I think also it was really eye-opening for all of us to see how God's church spreads across the world, and so we're so used to having church here and being used to the people here, but it's really wonderful to see how God loves people in all places of the world.
That's awesome.
That sounds like a really, really cool trip that you guys had. Thank you so much for sharing. We really appreciate that. And thank you to our listeners. We hope you enjoyed this show as much as we did. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.